Drinkin Bros, presented by GhostBed.com. Yeah, welcome to Drinkin Bros, kids. A little Monday afternoon show. We got the national championship on tonight. Be sure to tune in to Drinkin Bros Sports on YouTube, where D'Anthony, Delco, and Hot Bob and I will be doing a live watch for Alabama versus Georgia. In the meantime, we get a special guest on today's show, Green Beret Sean Buck Rogers. That's nice, isn't it?
Dude, that was sick.
Yeah.
I feel like in the UFC when they fist bump him.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
like, yeah, man, he's calling out my name. It's sick.
Sean Buck Rogers! Like, yeah. That'd be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah, for the 30 seconds I'm on my feet, and then I just get smashed and it's over.
Or if you could have that going into battle, right? Because you were overseas numerous times.
Yeah, well, twice. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was in Afghanistan twice.
Okay, and that's it?
Yep.
Oh, so we can take away the word numerous.
Yeah,
Dan,
numerous
you told me
is kind of
numerous. This
excessive.
guy's just a piece of shit. Two times.
I didn't tell you anything.
Okay. Yeah, you did.
No.
You did. You said numerous, and now it's just 2 times here.
Right.
I wouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
Like, I tell people I'm a piece of shit. Like, I'm not very, very honest with them. There was no, like, preparatory, like, there's some kind of war hero. Like, nah, I'm just a piece of shit. So just know that coming on. You invited me. So you're setting your own standards here.
We did invite you.
Yeah.
You got a lot going on. You got books. I feel like I see your little face everywhere.
Yeah, it's littler than it looks, but I got a decent beard, so.
Yeah. You cover it up with a decent beard. A lot of people are able to do that.
Yeah, it's the makeup for men.
Yeah, it is.
Calls
It's nice.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate
it's real
it.
nice. What made you want to surf?
Shit. No,
Bored.
not patriotism.
Just bored.
Yeah, I was getting in trouble. I got kicked out of EMT school. I wanted to be a firefighter, and then I got kicked out. So the next day, I walked in the recruiter's office and was like, "Can I do this?"
What'd you get kicked out for? Was it something weird?
How does one get kicked out of
This being a drunk
the fire
asshole, or
department?
were you like pounding off at people's turnout gear and shit?
No, so I got in a fight. So I showed up and the guy that gives me a ride, he's just like little ass kid, and he was like, "Hey dude, this guy wants to fight me in class." And I was like, "Nah, it doesn't. You're being a bitch." And I walked by and the guy was like started mean mugging me and talking shit. So I was like, "All right, well, we'll fight later."
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
So at break, we went outside.
So it was mutual combat, and you got booted for that.
Yeah,
Why would
yeah.
you get booted for that?
So that's the
People
thing too.
fight in the firehouse constantly.
Right. So we were in EMT school. So we went outside. He got in my face. He actually touched his nose to my forehead, which pissed me off.
Can't do that.
It's gross. Yeah. So I headbutted him. He started bleeding a lot, and then that's when the teacher came out and she saw it was in Big Bear, California, so it was this nice spot. But she had second floor. She comes out and she's like, she sees him bleeding. I have no shirt off because this stupid tradition in California, like take your shirt off when you fight.
Wait, in California or just in Roadhouse, the movie?
Yeah.
Well, it's the Diaz brothers that started it
Hey,
up in Stockton, right?
and here's the thing. So I actually had the hockey pullover done on me. So like I used to fight, quite a bit, and I was fighting this guy. He was like 6'2". He's tall. He's tall. At the time, he probably wasn't 6'2".
How tall are you?
We were kids. I'm only 5'9".
Okay.
So he was a tall dude, and the first thing he does before he swings at me, and then I move, and he grabs over my shirt and pulls it over my face, and it works like a fucking charm.
Yeah.
So the only thing I could do is to continue the pullover and to
There you
rip
go.
my shirt off.
Yeah.
So then after that, every time you get in a fight, you just take the shirt off so you can't pull it over your head because you're fucking blind for a few seconds.
I think you
Yeah.
should take your pants off too, like Randy from Trailer Park Boys. The problem for him, he was fat, right?
Yeah.
And he wore super tight pants, and he didn't want to rip his pants, so he would take his pants off, go down to the skivvies when he wanted to get into a scrap.
In one of the St. James Street James books, when he fights Abraham Lincoln, he gets buck naked.
Yeah.
And then licks his hand, the whole
you
palm
go.
of his hand, and smacks his own dick
Yeah.
before fighting Abraham Lincoln. That way, because when a man licks his palm
Yeah,
and
and
slaps
slaps
his own dick,
Well,
like
you're portraying a different thing,
correct,
right?
Yep.
Like I'm taking my shirt off so it doesn't get like used against me as a weapon. You're trying to you're setting the ground rules for what's about to go down, which is there are no fucking ground rules.
Yeah.
Like if I'm gonna get naked and slap my own dick, who knows what I'm gonna do to you?
100%.
Yeah.
So I would consider that next time, and that's all Dan's saying.
Yeah.
That's all Dan's saying. So you get kicked out of there. How old are you?
I think it was like 20 at the time, 21.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like 20.
And then you sign up the next day?
The next fucking day. I walked in that morning and was like, because I called the teacher. She's like, you guys are put on investigative leave until.
What was this with? Like Cal Fire or some shit?
This
or was
was-
it like a local jurisdiction?
It was low. So Victorville Fire
Okay.
Department. So which was weird the way they ran it, because you can't just like sign up for the police or the fire department or the fire academy. You have to do a certain number of college courses,
yeah.
and then pass EMT, and then you can get accepted in the fire academy. So they make you spend all your money basically. But so she told me we were on leave, investigative leave, but you could only miss 2 days of the EMT school before you're dropped. So basically that was her workaround to drop me.
Yeah.
So she dropped me, and then I was like, well, I got to figure my shit out. So maybe the Army will deal with the fact that I fight a lot and I can't keep my shit together. And so I just walked in the next morning and was like, can I sign up? And he was like, first I walked in the Air Force, and then I had a tattoo on my neck, which I ended up getting cut off. And he was like, nope. And then I walked in the Marines, and he was like, nah, we ain't dealing with tattoos. And they were like, go Army, dude, they'll take anybody.
Well, the good news is the Air Force just put out a memo. Their PAO at the Air Force Command level just put out an email this week, or I'm sorry, last week, saying that it's now appropriate for people to put their pronouns in their command line signature.
Yes, dude.
Finally, after all these years, I don't have to guess whether or not the dude with the beard is a dude.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah,
That's been really confusing.
Yeah, I've been worried about that. So I'm glad we're there.
Yeah, when do you ask people? So recently, my wife was watching the Queer Eye show,
Sure.
and I thought it was dude. I'm gonna be honest with you, I thought it was a great show. I was like, I was watching it. I'm like, there's these dudes, and they're trying to help out this. It was an Army Ranger. This episode that I walked in on, and he has a ranch in Texas, and clearly they're using the show for marketing for the ranch.
Yeah.
And I was cool with that because he's doing high end beef, and COVID is really took a hit on him, right? Because obviously people are going to start paying for fucking Wagyu or whatever.
Right.
So you get these guys and they're trying to, change up his dress and whatever. But then he has this conversation with the guy and he's like, well, I prefer these pronouns. And he was like trying to be respectful. He's like, well, how do I know what to call you? And he's like, just ask. And I was like, yeah, you're kind of losing me on that. He's like, when am I supposed to just ask you to call you yes, ma'am, or yes, sir?
Yeah.
And now I have to ask you what is acceptable to you. When do you?
Well, so it's let's just say you're at a restaurant and it's the wait staff. What I like to do is just point at people and say, hey, you a dude?
Yeah.
And if they say yes, then I call them sir. And if they say nothing, then I usually get kicked out.
You got a hog on you?
Hey, let me see your dick, man. But if you're a dude that's transitioned to a woman, is it still not offensive? Or if you're a trans man, so someone without a dick, and I say whip out your beeve, is that, because now you're identifying as a man, you need to assimilate into our cultural humor to like show each other our dick and then call you gay for looking at my dick, even though I'm the one that showed it to you and all that.
I want to see that pussy. If
I don't know about
pussy,
you got to say puss. I don't think you can say the full
If
E.
it's a fake pussy, though,
Yeah.
I should be able to see it. Kevin Walters in the chat is saying, being from the high desert, they should accept fights. It's the normal.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
It is.
There's a lot of fucking gecko tattoos and black eyes around there. For sure.
Dude, I don't know where he's from in the high desert, but if he knows anything about, I feel like I could speak to that person already. Hesperia, Victorville, he knows what's up. Like, we fight. And if you don't, and here's the thing about fighting out there is, like, the minute you turn down a fight, you are fair game. You're chum in the water. So you're an easy target for everybody else. And everyone's trying to get this, like, street credibility. It's like, if I beat the shit out of you and everyone in our area knows that I fucked you up, then I'm not going to have to fight for the next couple months until that fight loses its
So it's like a
steam.
vaccine, basically.
Yeah.
It doesn't protect you forever, but just for like 3 months.
Yeah.
We're out.
I'm out of headphones here.
Oh, boy.
Got to turn that back on here.
Let's just keep going. Yeah, I think, man, it's like you take the shot or get the fight or whatever, and you get some period, or get the virus, and you get some period of inoculation.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
But then it wears off, just.
And then it's like a lion. Every now and again, the lions. What is it? It's Christopher Walken thing, right? Every now and again, the lion's got to fucking remind everybody who he is and fuck somebody up. That's why, again, I think it's why Delco's trying to fight Rob's kid.
Sure.
Because it's a lot easier, and it's one that you can go back to the well on over and over.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna know that kid into the foreseeable future, but the kid, it's gonna be 2 decades probably before the kid can actually fight back and win. So I feel like, yeah, we're good.
Oh,
I feel like it's good to start shit. It's like you want to get them young if you're trying to get them hooked on tobacco or whatever, but you also want to fucking start young at beating the shit out of them. That way you can dominate that kid and get your fix, I guess, for 20 years probably.
Did you ever fuck a dude after you beat him up?
No.
To establish dominance?
Yeah, did that ever come into your mind?
No.
Okay.
No knock against it if you want to do that.
No, but I just tuck it away because that's the last conquer right there. That's it.
Hesperia.
Yeah.
It's to booty smash them after you beat them up?
Yeah.
Well, or their dad. So if anybody fucks me over, everybody's like, remember growing up, it's like, oh, I'll fuck your mom, dude. I'll fuck their dad.
Yes.
Because if I fuck your mom, then that's a trope. That's something that happens sometimes.
Yeah.
If you fuck somebody's straight dad, they'll never recover from that.
Because their dad is their protector, dude.
Right.
And you just took them to bed.
Like that's
offensive.
You not only fucked them up now, you fucked them up forever.
Yeah.
Kevin, that dude, by the way, says Hesperia. That's where it's from. Isn't that what you just said underneath your breath? Yeah.
It took him a minute to get back to us because he's in the middle of a fist fight right now.
Yeah.
Probably.
So Hesperia, he knows what's up, dude. He knows what's up.
Yeah.
He knows that you watch.
Kevin Walters is a dirtbag, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
I wouldn't fuck with him probably. He's probably. If I'm gonna guess, I'm gonna say he's a tattooed white boy, and leave him alone.
Justin Huey asked if you can get AIDS from breast milk. I actually don't know the answer to that question.
No, it's no.
No, I think breast milk is good for you.
Yeah, you're fine.
We need to get that doctor back on here.
You're fine. So you finally.
HIV-infected mothers should not breastfeed their infants.
God damn it! Are you kidding me? I've been drinking.
Shouldn't or
should
can't.
not, and I have to go call my wife. So
Yeah. Shouldn't is a different.
HIV-infected mothers probably shouldn't pass much bodily fluid on. Period. I would feel like that would just
So
be like
says
a general.
you.
Yeah, I feel like that'd just be like a general concern.
I
But
think it's
what
worth more.
What are our percentages here? What are we talking?
I think it's worth more money. You know?
What, AIDS milk?
Yeah, just a little booby AIDS milk.
Well,
I think you're fine.
You could be getting some antibodies from that.
You never know.
I have
strengthens. It might even strengthen the baby.
Yeah, I have extensive Joe Rogan knowledge on COVID, so
Yeah.
I listen to that podcast. I'm basically an expert, so if you want to ask me anything about COVID,
Yeah, we had the same doctor on 2 days ago.
I
3
saw
days
that.
ago.
I
Yeah,
saw
yeah,
that.
yeah. So we know everything there is.
yeah,
we're good to go.
Yeah,
Well, there's one thing we didn't know, and it just came out today. Apparently, Fauci's NIH division paid $205,000 for researchers to study transgender monkeys.
Huh?
but he's doing the air quotes in that picture. So
Yeah, well,
Yeah. So who knows?
so which part is he quoting? Like
Yeah.
the
Which part?
monkeys? Is it?
Or the air?
it was in December 2021, in the middle of a fucking pandemic, or as they like to call it, and they spent $200,000, which in a study which aims to determine why transgender women have high rates of HIV.
Great use of money.
Transgender women, by the way, used to be a man, now a woman.
Yeah. Great
And
use of
they're-
money.
and They're trying to figure out why they have HIV. Do you really need to spend $200,000 to pretend you don't know?
Probably more.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Probably
dude?
need to spend
God damn
more.
it!
Yeah.
Because it's a gay
I
man.
feel like that's low.
Because it is a. Male monkeys to feminizing hormone therapy to study how it impacts the monkey's immune system. So they think that maybe it's the hormones that are giving them AIDS.
Probably.
No, it's
that makes
AIDS
sense.
giving them AIDS. And
Yeah.
they're getting AIDS from other dudes putting wieners in their butts.
No.
Nah, I'm over here. I'm in the free thinkers category.
Same,
Like,
dude. We don't know how that got
Yeah,
there.
we don't know. You
We don't know.
God
Matrix,
damn it.
dude. Did
Matrix.
you not see the Matrix?
Do
Matrix,
people, that's
yeah.
a good question.
Be
Do people
plugged
get
in.
AIDS in the Matrix?
Oof. It depends if you want them or not.
Audio's gone again.
The camera's overheating.
There's nothing wrong with you with your stuff.
Yeah, you're fine.
He's just being a little busy,
No,
busy
on
elf.
YouTube it is out.
It went back on.
It is not. How do we bring back Jamie?
No, it
Did
keeps
Bob Saget
overheating.
OD? Space Cowboy saying is no. The answer is no on that one.
Yeah, according to the medical examiner, there's no evidence that he OD'd. I don't know what he would have died from, though. He's 65.
I met Bob Saget once.
Great guy.
Is he?
Yeah.
I just met him for a minute. You know where I met him was a restaurant called Street in Los Angeles. You know Susan Feniger?
No.
She owns, she's Hot Tamale. She had a show back in the day.
Okay.
She owns a successful restaurant in Nevada, and then started a street in Hollywood. So one of my first cooking jobs was I lied to get a cook spot in her restaurant, and we served like Will Ferrell, Bob Saget used to come back, and because they're all friends with Susan.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was being a cook in that restaurant was probably one of the most stressful jobs I've ever done. That shit was nuts.
Really?
Yeah.
And you were overseas?
Yeah, I've shot at people. I've been shot at. I've almost got killed multiple times. My first time getting shot, I was like 8.
No shit.
Yeah, but the most stressful job I've ever done, still to this day, is fucking being a line cook in Street for Susan fucking Feniger. She's just a short little lesbian, amazing cook, amazing woman.
Yeah.
But she fucking smacked the shit out of me once because I didn't check the dressing for the salad, because when I started, they found out I was lying, so they put me on salads because I said I was a cook. And like clearly this guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, because I chopped my finger off the tip of my finger off the first day, and it was spoiling. So she was like, "What the fuck?" And she hit me, and I was like, "Gosh damn!" And she's like, "You need to taste these fucking dressings before putting them out." And I was like, "You guys are fucking aggressive in this."
Yeah,
line of work."
well, I mean, some people like to get hit.
Yeah.
It didn't bother me. She's a cool little lady, and I kind of felt honored to be smacked around by her. I was like, "You can hit me anytime, Susan."
Yeah, it'd be nice to get called a cunt by Gordon Ramsay, I guess.
Yeah,
Oh,
that'd be fun.
fucking love that guy, dude.
That'd be fun. Saget though was natural apparently. No drugs, no foul play.
Really?
So yeah,
He just rode high on life.
it's
huh?
weird, man. He posted a selfie the night before, and he was just like, "Got a great show in Florida," and he looked great.
Yeah.
And he seemed healthy for 65. Whereas Norm Macdonald, his best friend, died of cancer. So like that, you understand. This one's a weird one where it's just like, oh, okay, all right, that's out of nowhere.
Yeah, I saw something on Twitter earlier. Who would have thought that the other guy, what's his name? The guy with his nose fucked up, Artie Lang, would have been the last guy from that movie. What was the one? Dirty Work.
Yeah, Dirty Work.
Yeah. Who
Is
would
he
have
the one
thought?
that sniffed the glass in the cocaine?
Yeah.
His nose
Yeah.
all fucked up.
Who would have thought that fucking Artie Lang would have been the last guy standing from that?
That's crazy.
Then there was another one. I think it was Michael Malice said, or I don't remember who it was. I think it was him. He said Bob Saget lived long enough to see his dream come true of all the Golden Girls dying, and now he can finally rest.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
That's pretty good too.
Speaking of which, breaking news: her cause of death was finally revealed. Dan, I know you thought it was fentanyl.
I thought
she
it was,
got Molly on New Year's Eve,
yeah.
but
What are you talking about?
fentanyl
You talking
overdose for Betty White.
Fentanyl from
Yeah.
Betty White? She's in
Hey,
fucking
Dan, you can
90s.
leave that
Why do
camera,
we
by the
need
way.
Is this,
Just switch.
I'm switching it out.
Okay, gotcha. We got a camera meltdown over here.
Yeah.
Batteries are down.
But yeah, I think what
was
was it?
anyone concerned with the cause of death?
Well,
for
I've
Betty White?
said so.
Fentanyl?
I've got this.
Why would we even question that?
I've
She's in her
got-
fucking 90s. Like, who gives a shit?
Look, have you not seen this show?
Come on, dude.
fuck are
It
you
was
talking about?
she OD'd from fentanyl. It's
Yeah.
totally fine.
And
She was partying on New Year's Eve.
I'm also pretty
That happens
sure.
to a lot of people.
I'm also-
not just 99-year-olds.
I've said a lot that I think Estelle Getty had some role in 9/11. as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
So
Do you remember Estelle Getty from the show?
Yeah.
No?
The
Golden Girls?
the older lady. We're not.
Well, here's the thing.
Oh,
Dan,
the one that was like Stern.
Yeah,
Stern but fair. She was
Yeah.
a Russian police
Says
officer.
Stern, but fair.
Stern, she was always fair.
My wife fucking loves that show, which is crazy because she's born in the 90s.
There was a crazy stat after she died that there was 11 million hours streamed like that day, and I was like, who the fuck still watches that? Your wife is one of them?
My wife loves it.
Is she 80 or 85?
My wife?
Yeah.
My wife is 29.
Oh my god.
And she fucking loves the Golden
Gay
Girls.
dudes watch the Golden Girls.
Okay, so
My wife
the
loves gay
oldest.
dudes.
Here's the thing. So the oldest one, Estelle Getty, was the youngest one in real life.
No shit.
Yeah, they had to put a fucking old lady wig on her and age her up to do that character. But she was actually the youngest one.
But the oldest one was, I remember she's like the grandma that was like always creaking around, right?
That's Estelle Getty.
That's her?
Yeah, dude.
And she was always like yelling
She was the
at him and
youngest.
shit.
Throw,
she was the youngest.
throw Mama
Because then
from
you had
the
the
train.
tall one.
Yeah, B. Arthur. Yeah.
Yeah, B. Arthur.
Is there anything you guys don't know? You're like a fucking table of facts.
So Betty White, the cause of death was she suffered a stroke 6 days before she died. And
you think that was from fentanyl?
No, I actually think it was because she didn't want to live a life without being able to play with Legos. If you look on the package, it says for ages 4 to 99. And she was about to age out of being able to play with Legos.
Yeah.
It was a huge, that's her rosebud.
That took me a minute.
Right?
I was like, where's he going with this?
When she turned 100, she was about to not be
She's
able
like,
to.
no Legos?
They were about to take all the Legos out of her house.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fucked up. She probably had a whole castle built.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that Kevin Walters guy said he's exactly what you described. He's
Yeah.
tatted up. He's waiting. He's the one who wants to come on the show and get the Hillary Clinton tattoo.
Which one?
The tweet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we are going to do that at some point. We got to get a hold of Will XX. But they said she was alert and coherent after the stroke, and she died peacefully in her sleep at home.
How did they know she died peacefully? They don't know what was going on inside of her head.
No, she threw up a peace sign, I guess, right before she died.
Yeah, it could have been a DMT nightmare.
Yeah.
Could have
Could have
been.
been tripping balls on fucking ayahuasca.
You never know.
Just meeting fucking the craziest kind of Jesus. Did you read Will at all, or did you listen to it? I listened to it.
No, is it good?
Dude, it's pretty fucking. I thought it was pretty
Who's
good.
this?
Will Smith's autobiography. He talks
Of
about
actual Will Smith?
Yeah. No, he wrote it.
Oh, and so the fucking actor
Yeah.
wrote a biography, and he's doing DMT?
The relief pitcher for the Braves.
Well, there's a million Will Smiths. There was the guy
There's
from...
one Will Smith. Let's
no.
be real.
Yeah, there's
about
one.
that.
There's one man. Will Smith.
Yeah.
There's one Will.
I guess. They remember the Will Smith and the Saints, the one who got murdered? And that traffic stop?
See, he got murdered.
Yeah.
We still don't remember.
That's
him.
crazy, dude. So Will Smith
had a
did
tragic end or
DMT?
something.
He did DMT?
Well, is that what ayahuasca is?
yeah.
So he went to
No, it's
Peru.
different, but-
He did it multiple times. He went to Peru to do ayahuasca because the greatness about that book is a lot of people hate on it because they say that he's bragging because he's like number one. But I think I interpreted that differently. I interpreted that as look how high I got, so you could see that I still was not happy and my family was still not happy. And if you can get to the heights that I did and still not be happy, don't chase what I chase because you're going to be disappointed.
What was he not happy about?
He was not happy with his whole family was disgruntled with the way that he was living life. They didn't feel he constantly said that his family was not happy. So he said that his wife,
Well, she's a lesbian, so of course she's not happy, right?
is she a lesbian?
Well, they switch it up. So he's
They
allowed to
kinda-
fuck girls.
That's not a news thing anymore. They've actually
No. So he's
Talk
allowed
about
to
that
fuck
part.
girls. She's allowed to fuck girls.
and dudes because she fucked that one rapper. or
Exactly.
whatever,
And
right?
they've got an understanding. And then they did a full podcast on it.
you don't remember
he
that?
sat in on it.
She
He was on the show.
Yeah, she was talking about being in an entanglement with somebody.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck that means.
Yeah.
Then you were just fucking drinking his jizz, lady.
So you know who he was banging.
Who?
You brought up Will Smith. Let's fucking ruin him for
Hey,
you.
you send it. I don't have all the facts.
was-
I just listened to the book.
Estelle-
Margot Robbie.
Oh, I thought you were
Who's
going to
that?
say Estelle
Oh
Getty.
boy, that would have been a great callback.
If it was Estelle Getty,
That would have been awesome.
yeah, if he was a slamming
Margot
ass.
Robbie, dude.
Who's that?
Come on.
Dude, I don't know things. You guys have
Wolf
to
of
accept
Wall
that
Street?
while I'm here. I don't know shit about
Wolf
shit.
of Wall Street. She was the blonde. She was the lead.
Okay, I know Wolf of Wall Street.
Okay.
She plays his new hot wife.
The fucking hot wife.
Yeah,
and,
she was
and-
smoking hot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they were fucking. They did a movie together.
Okay.
And I mean, there's photos of them.
Suicide
like,
Squad, right? Yeah.
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 But there's photos of them like super
Oh, so
close.
the
like,
chick from that's the same.
She's the one that
Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Harley Quinn. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
terrible fucking actress. She's horrible in Suicide
oh
Squad.
boy, this is crazy. She's been nominated for like 3 Oscars.
And not from Suicide Squad, probably.
That's a terrible. Like you can't. Suicide Squad's a terrible film.
No, not the last one.
Oh my god,
You
dude!
bitch.
All of those,
You
all of
bitch.
those movies, all the
No, not the
DC
last
movies
one.
are fucking terrible.
Most of
dude.
them are. I agree with you on that. But that last one was
Jesus
fucking funny.
Christ.
With the last one with the shark dude and fucking what's his name that was roided out of his mind.
They're all roided out. You just described every fucking superhero movie.
It was John Cena. That's the
John
one he had to
Cena.
make the Chinese apology for.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, which that's awkward as fuck. But John Cena was so roided that it was a little awkward to watch. Like his veins were fucking mad. But anyway, I thought that was good.
Put
Did
Margot
you not
Robbie
like
up
that
on
one?
screen. Put her up on screen now.
No, it's terrible.
How do you?
Oh my god.
How do you forget Margot Robbie?
No, that's if my wife watches it like that.
She's not going to watch the show.
That's gross.
She's not going to watch the show. Would your wife watch the show?
Huh?
Would your wife watch the show?
No.
No. So you're fine. Say
My
whatever
wife
you want.
doesn't
She's
watch.
too
My
busy
wife doesn't
watching
watch
the Golden Girls.
Yeah, she doesn't watch anything I'm in. She hasn't seen anything I'm in.
Golden Girls is all you need.
Yeah, she just watched Golden Girls. And
We can get you
Queer
an
Eye.
episode of Golden Girls, probably.
Yeah, we can live stream it if you want. Go on
put-
Patreon.
Put them on
get
there.
your real thoughts in
Put
there.
them on there with that spread leg view that you got her on there.
boy.
It's one of the
Yeah.
Golden
I
Girls.
don't think you're going to see some fucking moss and shit fly out of there.
No. Thank you for being a friend, though. Thank you for being a friend.
That's right.
Boom.
Gross. Nobody wants to see an old vagina.
No, so he was unhappy with being. He was. I want to get to the bottom of this. He was unhappy with being number one across the board.
Yeah, he said that his family was unhappy. So regardless of their sexual thing, like which I think would lead into that, like being unhappy. Like who wants to be in a relationship where she's just fucking whoever and you're fucking her? That's not a relationship, right?
Sure.
That's fake. So obviously they're unhappy, but he states that his kids are unhappy, and that's a bummer. You have kids?
Yeah.
You know, I have kids. I don't want them to be unhappy. Like
Yeah.
that would ruin me. So one of the things that he did was that he went and he finally sought out. First of all, his big leave was he just went to I think Jamaica with his ex's new boyfriend.
Okay.
Without any of his security, without anybody. It was like his fuck it, I'm out
Right.
moment, and he's like, I'm gonna try something else, and it was a shit show because he's Will Smith and everybody knew who he was. But then he went into ayahuasca and had a horrible experience, but then had a great experience where he learned through ayahuasca to love himself. And he said it was like this mother figure was speaking to him, telling him he's like, what is this place? It's so beautiful. And she was like, this is you, and he's like, oh, fuck, this is me. And she's like, yeah, this is you. This is what you look like. And he's like, fuck, I could love myself for who I am. I don't need, number ones and, I don't need all this stuff. And he kind of talks a little bit about his jealousy with his wife and Tupac.
Yeah.
Which that was a cool thing because I didn't even know that he was jealous of Tupac, which is crazy. You think
Why wouldn't you?
Wait, are
be?
you saying that fucking Will Smith killed Tupac?
No. So his wife, they went to high school together, and they were high school sweethearts. And so what happened was Will Smith had the huge song "Summertime." And then Tupac was one of the greatest rappers of all time.
Yes.
So obviously, there's probably a little jealousy.
So you're saying that Will Smith killed Tupac?
Had him killed.
Probably, right?
Probably had him.
Because
killed.
look,
That's not off the table.
Jada Pinkett is not a good actress. She's horrible. Everything she's been in is absolute fucking dog shit.
John Wick?
Yes, that
said yes.
that movie is okay.
It wasn't
for
a
what it is.
Jada Pink Smith joint.
No,
You know what I'm
but
saying?
What has she been good in?
That's a great question. There's nothing I can really name.
Nothing.
I can't think of
She's
anything. But
terrible.
I can't think of names of anything.
She's terrible. She's a terrible human being too.
But could you think of another kind of crazy thing that, as we're thinking about that, is like fucking comparing Will Smith to Tupac. As many hits as Will Smith has, it's almost like not fucking comparable. To
Well, no,
Tupac.
it's pretty comparable because Tupac's fucking dead and Will Smith's worth about $500 million. So he won.
Tupac's worth
Yeah, but
$500 million.
Tupac doesn't
He would've.
exist.
I know.
Tupac doesn't. Okay, so think about this. It's almost like a YouTube channel. Like, I'm going to quit YouTube today. You're going to keep going with the best fucking YouTube channel you've ever had in your life, and we're still going to be equal in 15 years. That's Tupac and Will.
No.
Yeah.
Come on.
Tupac
Yeah.
never would have made the amount of money that Will Smith has made. You can't make the amount of money in the recording industry that you can make in.
But he was already switching into acting.
He's not
Yeah.
going to be the.
I think it would have been
He's not going to be.
he
the-
was great.
He's not going to be the leading man though.
Fuck yeah, he
Like
was. He was
action,
the
yeah.
leading man in Poetic Justice.
In Poetic Justice and shit like that, but not like in an action
Juice.
movie. Not-
Juice was one of my all-time faves.
Not in an action
dude.
movie.
This is the only
just
I
wouldn't
distinction.
think
ever
he did
happen.
it. I think he did an action movie.
This is the only distinction I would have between those two is that Will Smith will always be trying to convince you and I that he is a certain way, and Tupac wouldn't give a fuck, and that's what make him better.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I mean, his aunt's a terrorist.
That'd be hard to live up to. I can't. You just can't do it.
To Tupac?
Yeah, dude.
No, he didn't get. Dude, he was
He was the coolest.
He's the coolest.
How do you beat Tupac?
You're right.
I mean, he killed him. That's how he did it.
That's one way to do it.
Yeah.
But even then, the way he died, the whole circumstance around
Gangster
Tupac.
as fuck.
Yes, the circumstance behind it, the catalog that he left behind for like 7 more albums that were all great that just kept coming out over and over again.
And then they're doing like Biggie and Tupac fucking concerts like years after he was dead.
Oh, dude, I remember. I
Selling
remember graduating college, and you kind of you tell the freshmen that are coming in, from like the fraternity of like, hey, this is what to expect and everything else, and all of them were bumping like the new Tupac, and they were like, I was like, what the fuck are you doing, man? And they were like, oh, dude, it's Tupac. Like, it's the new one.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, well, I mean, I guess he's been dead for 5 years now.
Yeah. It's like,
Whatever it is.
He was a really good actor, but not the kind of, like, think about the Bourne movies. Can you imagine him doing something like that?
Well,
he died at 25. I don't think you know enough Tupac.
so Tupac actually read, but ultimately could not be in it because he died for the role of Mace Windu.
Oh, that would have been really, really bad.
Tupac's good, dude. Above the Rim. God, I'm going over his IMDb right now.
He's a really good. He was a really good actor for sure, like dramatic actor, but action where you actually make money.
But
like Will Smith does an action movie, Tom Cruise does an action movie. They make somewhere between 20 and 40 million per pop, no matter what the fuck the movie is. Right?
I think 100% you're right. If as far as money goes. But as far as like a man's appreciation for another man, like Will Smith is always going to be biting for your vote to like him.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not.
Tupac.
Maybe not anymore. If he's over that shit now, which
Yeah.
that's a lot more mentally healthy for sure.
Like, let me ask you this: like, you're military, right? Like,
Yeah.
it'd be like if your wife, your current wife now, was married to Jocko for like 10 years. Would you be like, oh fuck, I can't?
Of course.
Yeah.
I'll be like, gosh damn it, you're the last one. I'll be like, did he have a small dick? Tell me he had a small dick. Was it like this big?
It's weird because Jocko is actually in black and white in real life.
Yeah,
A lot of people don't
whenever
know
you see him, whenever you see
He's
him.
completely desaturated.
The whole room turns black. I'm like, I got fuck, man.
Yeah, it's weird.
That's not how we planned this.
But that would suck.
It would.
I've told this story a few times. One of my best friends in Hollywood for a while, he was dating this girl forever and just refused to get married, and it was just stupid at that point. Where it was just like she was ridiculously hot, and she ends up dating Clooney for like 2 years. After
Oh,
that.
shit.
Yeah. And so he got like it was fucked. And
You're done, dude. You're out.
There was
George
nothing
Floyd.
because we played basketball after like the first like shot of them out was, and I was like, oh my god, you know that? And he goes, no, I didn't know. And I was
sorry,
like,
dude.
well, you know now.
You
And
got-
what do you say? What do you do and what do you say? That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
You have to try and find some pride in the fact that you and George Clooney banged the same chick. But
I guess.
that's rough. That's like low hanging fruit. You're trying to really you're trying to come back, and that's very obvious, you know. So all your friends are gonna be like, "Oh, he's coming here. He's gonna talk about how he banged the same chick as George Clooney."
Yeah.
We've heard this story 1,000 fucking
And
times.
I want him to come on the show because you guys know him as an actor. You'll know who he is. And I want him to come on the show.
Oh, he's an actor too.
Yeah, and I just want him to talk about this story for a full hour of like,
What it feels like.
yes, for years, because you got to deal. It was a 2-year relationship, so like you had to deal with like going to the Vatican and like, when Us Weekly was at its height, where every other thing was Clooney, and you were just like, oh shit, dude, what do you do?
That's a crazy thing. And now that you bring that up, when people are the thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's I was watching a movie recently with he won an Oscar for when he got in the Navy dive suit and went underwater.
You're terrible at this.
I know, dude.
Like horrible.
Horrible.
Cuba Gooding Jr.
Thank you, sir. Cuba Gooding Jr. So
Whoa, he didn't win for that movie. He won for
He won for Jerry Maguire.
Jerry Maguire.
Oh, I'm
What was
sorry.
the fucking
I said I was
underwater
terrible.
diving movie?
It's with Denzel Washington, right?
No,
no,
it's
that's another
De Niro's in it. It's
All right.
No, look at that.
You're going to have to provide some context to these fucking weird
No,
people
I don't
you're
have,
naming.
No, because you got guys behind the computer. Dude.
All I'm
Man
thinking,
of Honor.
Man of Honor.
Man of
okay.
Honor, which is a great fucking movie.
If you would have said radio, I'm all in. Like, I want to see fucking retard Cuba, not Cuba in a swimsuit.
But here's the thing: Cuba Gooding Jr. Like he was a shit back then. He was in the first Iron Man, and then he
Nope.
he was not.
No, that's
No,
another
it's,
black guy. That's Don Cheadle.
Nope.
no the first.
It's another black guy.
No, the first
Terrence
Terrence
Howard.
Howard, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Don Cheadle replaced him.
Yes.
Yep.
Shit.
Who? Oh,
You know why I
fuck.
don't speak about the Iron Man series? Because I don't know any of the fucking names, dude.
Apparently, neither do I. I thought Cuba Gooding Jr. was
No,
the first
dude.
No, he played OJ though.
Yeah, I did play OJ. O.J.
Who
Simpson.
was in the first one that got replaced?
Terrence Howard.
Never mind. I'm
I'll
out.
show you.
Sean, what the fuck, dude?
I don't know, dude. I just came to drink beer and
Is
hang
it
out.
CTE?
What?
What do you have?
This dude.
What's CTE? Yeah. That.
That's not Cuba Gooding Jr.
Oh shit. I'm sorry.
Could be.
There's no black people in the studio today, or else they'd be super offended by
Yeah.
you. Like, super offended. I
No.
mean, you're not even close.
Wait, who? There's a Cuba Gooding Sr.
We're live right now.
Didn't realize that.
It's not a fact. I tried to bring him in, dude. I tried to give him some clout. Cuba's fucking out.
He was in Boys in the Hood. He doesn't need clout for some fucking
No, dude.
scuba movie.
He's got a fucking Oscar.
What did he win an Oscar for?
Jerry Maguire.
Oh, that movie's fucking stupid.
Show me the money. Fuck off.
Oh, that was a good one.
That was a
Show me the
great
money.
one.
That
was
movie,
a great movie.
That movie is fucking stupid. It's a bunch of overacting, drivel nonsense, and then some giant waterhead kid that's kind of cute. Oh, he's fucking cute. And look at him now that he's
Jonathan
grown up.
Lipnicki.
Jesus Christ, that kid's a fucking alien.
Classic Lipnicki, dude.
Oh my God, that movie was fucking terrible.
High and Angry says, I'm offended in the chat. I hope we have a few black people in this chat.
Oh yeah,
You
he was
should
in
be.
Pearl Harbor too, which
You're
is one of
offended
the
by
worst
what?
movies of all
What,
time.
what is that? Oh, because I didn't know Cuba, because I got mistake Cuba.
No, because you don't, like, you think every black person looks the same, and that's terrible, Sean. That's Sean Buck Rogers, by the way. So go to his Instagram, let him know. We don't appreciate racism.
I'm going to need you to put some respect on Jonathan Lipnicki.
No, I'm not going to do that.
I'm not going to do it.
No.
Look at the screen.
Dude, he's shredded.
Oh, put him up there. Is that him now?
Shredded. The fuck?
I take back everything I said.
Well, he's clearly Jewish.
What's up, dude?
Do short people not know that the bulkier they get, the shorter they look? He looks like more of a child in the picture on the right than he does in the one on the left.
Put that
way,
picture
dude.
back up, Bob.
The one on the left, he looks like a midget maybe with that fucking Benjamin Button disease. The
I'm
guy
proud
on the
of
right
him.
looks like he's fucking 13 years
I'm
old.
proud of him, dude. That's, yeah.
He's got penis pointers, bro.
There
That's
you go.
that's what we all desire.
He's
There
definitely
you go.
got the
That's
Star of
hard to
David
get.
tattooed on his hip. I don't know.
When you're famous as a little kid, by the way, you always have to get shredded
Yeah.
as an adult.
Well,
Jerry O'Connell.
Because
Yeah.
people are looking you up.
Yeah,
They're
Jerry
like, "What happened to that
O'Connell.
guy?"
Jerry O'Connell was a fat piece of shit when he was a kid, though.
Yeah, but he was like, what, fucking 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's shredded now.
I've never looked like that, even at 10 years old.
I like to eat too.
I like
much.
to body shame children. That's my thing.
Yeah. And he hates black people. I mean, we're on a roll here.
Did you just point at me?
Yeah.
That's
Fuck yeah, I
offensive.
did.
That's
Fuck yeah, I
offensive.
did. We've got some sponsors. This is the best place to slide in sponsors, by the way.
Ouch.
It's right after that.
Yeah, Haley Joel Osment's not shredded.
Is he not?
No, neither
Oh,
of them.
no, he's huge now.
The Olsen twins aren't either.
Yes, they are.
No,
They're in great shape.
No, they're not.
they
in
not hot
great
anymore?
Shape. They're
Great shape.
They're anorexic.
Yeah, they're like cocaine skinny.
Whatever, dude. That's a fucking look. It's heroin
is.
chic. It's fine.
Heroin chic. Listen, there's a whole genre of good looking for that.
Goddamn right. And if you're doing heroin, do heroin on a mattress in case you're not out. From ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. 40% off the bundle package. Look, if we're going this route today, which we clearly are,
See you looking at something?
pop up the adjustable base. Use the remote control for that thing. Get it up. That way you can tie the belt off right around the top of your arm and really get in there.
Yeah,
with
you
the
don't want to
injection.
fucking Elvis yourself and die choking on your
No,
own
so
vomit.
use the adjustable base on something like that. And that 40% off bundle package comes with a mattress. So you're getting both.
Is this an ad?
Yeah, it's an ad. It's an ad. So look, I'm not gonna fucking heroin shame people.
Yeah.
If they're doing fucking injections at home, do it safely in a ghost bed. You know what I'm saying? Be upright.
Get
You
clean.
might puke. You
Get
might
some-
puke your first time.
Use clean needles too.
Yeah.
Use
clean needles.
Use one of those like plastic bed liners that your grandma used to have on all the couches.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna call this episode, by the way. Using clean needles and hatred for your hatred for black people, Sean. With Sean
dude.
Buck Rogers. It's fucking crazy, Sean. But ghostbed.com has also got crazy deals. 30% off if you want singular items. If you want a pillow, just sheets by themselves, a weighted blanket. This guy, thank God they don't come in white sheets over at Ghost Bed. Those sheets are gray. What, Sean? After the statements you made earlier, honestly, I'm surprised if our scissors aren't gone cutting eye holes during the break. Go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros today. Are you crying?
This is the last podcast I've ever done. Jocko's definitely not picking up my book now. All right. Well, Sean had a career, and that was over quickly.
It was. It was. But your savings won't be over quickly. 60 months now, they've extended it. The pay-as-you-go program at ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros.
This is the longest commercial.
Because you're making it long. That's the thing. The deals are insane. Go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros today. Last but not least, we've got the Drinkin Bros store. DrinkinBros.com. All the new gear is there. I've got the new $40 hat. You're welcome. FlexFit, he's got the American Party hat on. Store is stocked full of items. Boom, there it is. Hoodies, Jiggas. Everything is on this. Defund politicians shirt, you name it. So you can go there, drinkinbros.com. All the proceeds actually go to us.
Does this
So
say
that's a nice
politicians are
thing.
cunts?
Yeah.
It says all politicians are cunts.
Yeah.
Hey, that's fair. I
Yeah.
appreciate
Yeah.
that. Because it's true.
That is true.
Drinkinbros.com. Just go to the store, peruse it. They got finally ladies apparel.
Oh, this is my favorite
Pooped
right
myself at the Vatican.
Yeah.
And all I got was
now. So Joe Biden shit himself at the Vatican.
Yeah. Did
and
you know that?
Then he cropped
I
us to
didn't know
the
that.
Duchess
Yeah.
of Cornwall.
I don't watch politics.
You
I
don't
can't.
watch
Well, that's not-
politics.
that's
I
not
don't
so
watch.
much-
I don't watch the news. I don't watch any.
Yeah.
I don't mingle in politics. I can't.
So there's two things you hate we've established today.
Politics.
And black people.
We've only established one thing that I hate, and it's politics.
We also have children's clothes. We have onesies and shit now.
Yeah.
So if you want to have a onesie for your child that says all politicians are cunts, which I highly recommend, to send them to daycare with that bitch on, you can get it here.
Yeah,
So-
you can get
Are
it
we
there.
still in the commercial?
No, there's no commercial.
We're still in the commercial. We're
This
selling
is just
t-shirts.
our own
We're
shit.
selling
yeah.
the onesies.
Here are the onesies.
They're the
Put them
onesies.
up on the screen, asshole. Let's
Yeah,
go.
since you wanted to see them, there you go.
Defund
Thanks.
It's
politicians.
for you, Sean. Onesies for babies.
I like to make political
Okay?
statements using my baby.
Yeah.
I'm doing this all wrong on my channel.
How many kids do you have?
2.
2.
Yeah.
And you got a YouTube channel
I do.
with your kids?
No, I don't put my kids in.
Okay.
It's a channel to help people get selected for special operations, increase their chances. So
Oh, no shit.
yeah.
Let's talk about your book, Rising Above, a Green Beret's story of childhood trauma and ultimate healing. Did you have childhood trauma?
I did.
What happened? Are you allowed to talk about it? Or is it in the book?
That's a lot, dude. We're just gonna go. What happened?
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
It's in the
whole
title.
thing?
It's in the title of your book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole thing. You want to go the whole thing? How much
Yeah,
time? we got?
read the book
We
to
have
us.
we have nowhere to go, Sean. We have nowhere to go.
We'll take turns like in high school.
you want me to-
You
I'll-
read a chapter, I'll read a chapter.
Okay.
I'll push the audio sample. You know, we can. Is it you reading it?
Yeah. Don't do that though.
Why not?
Because he does it in a super racist black accent.
Do you really?
Yeah, the whole time.
Hey man, I had childhood trauma. Is that what you did?
What?
Is that what you did? Let's press it. Let's play it.
Don't
Let's
do
play
that.
for the people.
Don't do that.
Why?
Are you serious?
We've got the audible on here.
All right, we'll talk about it.
Okay, let's
play it.
yeah. What's no? But I mean, if you have a title this bold, clearly somebody's going to ask what happened, right?
Yeah.
Or do you talk about it in the book?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I talk about it.
He doesn't want to spoiler it. Fucking
You don't
don't
wanna
buy the
spoil-
book,
okay.
asshole.
Yeah, it's only 5.5 pages. So if I tell you the story, then
The entire book?
yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty close.
it's like 300 pictures,
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's how you do
and
it.
then yeah,
It's
and then-
178 pages.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I put a statement in per picture, and then blow that up.
That's
and
the
then-
way to do it.
So I learned that if you take one picture and then you could actually split it into 2 full pages. So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm coming out with a coloring book.
but it's one page.
Well, yeah. It folds out.
It's a sheet.
Yeah.
It's a sheet.
It's a big sheet. There's eye holes cut out in it.
It's a
Wait,
sheet.
are you seriously asking about my past? Or
Yeah, I really am. Like, dude, for real. Like, your book has got a ton of reviews.
I know it's jarring, but we do
It's
bounce
doing-
back and forth between serious shit and fucked up shit.
Yeah. It's,
but you-
it does really well. You start off with
This is a team room in here. Like
Mm.
we took a serious left.
Yeah, and we always write the ship. We
Okay.
always write the ship.
Okay.
But you talk about a car accident, how that changed your life, and
Yeah.
and it affected your mom.
Yeah, so my childhood, especially the guy that was on here earlier knows Hesperia. I mean, it's like the Wild West out there. I mean, it's like anything goes. So the first time, I was telling you earlier, the first time I got shot, I was like 8. So my mom ripped off a drug dealer, and then what I can only presume was a drug deal gone bad. And we're getting, he's chasing us down a desert dirt road, and I'm sitting in the back seat staring at him. It's probably like, I was 8, and my brother's 10. And then a guy reaches out the hand with the gun and fires 2 shots. So I don't think anything of it. And then before you know it, my brother's yelling at my mom because he almost killed me. I guess the one round went into the emblem, deflected down. That would have went into my chest. And then the other one split the roof. But from there, I watched her get knocked out. She drove her car into the house at one point. We were living with this alcoholic guy. He was off the handles. And I come home one day and walk up to my house, and the car is literally inside the house. So
Holy shit, she drove through the house?
she drove into the house.
Just because she was fucked up? Or?
Yeah. And then so she leaves the fucking car in the house. And it's like, meanwhile, I get home, my stomach sinks because I'm like, you have an alcoholic boyfriend who hasn't got home yet. And the minute he gets to his house which is a fucking single, it's a trailer, but it's his trailer and he built it and he's fucking happy about it. And then you just ran a car into it and he's going to be hammered because he's drunk 24/7. We're dead.
Yeah.
You know, and then I get home and she doesn't even have the decency to back the fucking car out of the house and, you know, cover the hole. She literally puts a speaker from the house in front of the bumper of the car that's inside the house. Like, that's going to prevent him from seeing the car inside the house.
Hey, can I give some props to your mom? It's kind of genius.
Yeah, right? Like,
how big was the speaker?
That almost implies a level of intent. Like I did this. No, this wasn't. I wasn't fun. I did this on purpose.
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
That's not out the window. Dude.
Trying to raise the resale value of your home, sir.
That's not out the window that she was trying to get back at him because they would go back and forth to each other. So
how old are you at this point?
Probably like 12.
And so you realize the repercussions of, oh shit, when he gets home,
we're fucked.
Yes.
Yeah. So he comes home and I'm waiting. Like this is in the part between the car in the house and him getting home. That's kind of like the best representation of my life as a kid. Is that stress of we're about to die, someone's gonna murder us because this craziness is going on. What do I do? How do I solve this as a 12-year-old? How do I fix the fact that my mom doesn't give a shit? How do I fix the fact that I can't leave this alcoholic's house because I live here? And how do I, I can't go anywhere. So what do I do? And, kids aren't supposed to handle that kind of decision making. And that was a regular occurrence in my house. So he comes home and he's hammered and doesn't say a word. And that was even scarier than what I was hoping was going to happen, was that there would be a blow up. We would solve, get through the blow up, and then we would be back to equilibrium somehow, as much as we are. But instead he just looks at the bumper and then he just walks to his room. And I was like, oh my God, dude. And then the next time I left, I don't know if it was school or a friend's house, but I remember coming back and all of a sudden the front door of the trailer is full of bullet holes, fucking full from top to bottom. And I was like, oh my God, someone's fucking dead. Like this is what he was waiting for. And sure enough, apparently he got a shotgun and was like, if anyone's going to fuck up my house, it's going to be me. And just started shotgun blasting through the front door. Boom, boom.
Was anybody in the house?
I don't know where my mom was at. So luckily it was just, luckily the kids were gone. And it was just him and my mom. And she was like, yeah, I just started shooting a fucking gun into the house. Like it was no big deal. And I was like, oh my God, dude. And then another instance, I came home and I go in my room and I see a hole in my wall. And I was like, what the fuck? And I look over, and then I have a little bookshelf sitting on the desk that I had, and it had a hole in it. And I was like, well, clearly someone shot a hole through the fucking wall. And I was like, so one of them was trying to kill the other. And I went and talked to my mom. I was like, hey, did you shoot at Dean? Sorry, can we got to bleep that name.
We're live right now.
Live.
So
okay, well, that's out there. I was like, did you shoot at him? And she's like, no, I was cleaning the gun and it went off. And I was like, oh my God, dude, that's a lie, because you wouldn't be cleaning the fucking gun. You know?
Yeah.
And so they're ripping bullets at each other in the house. Like, who knows what the fuck they're doing there? So that's the kind of thing, that we were living with. One time they got into it and she was going to leave and she's hammered. And I was like, I'm going to jump in the car. I was like, because I don't want to walk to my grandparents' property where she was going to go. They had a trailer we could stay at. And I go to get in the back door, and she takes off, almost runs my feet over. And I was like, gosh damn, dude. So I start walking, and then I get to the house to the point where I could see the car, and the car's like cockeyed. And I was like, that's weird. It's like this old 80s Cadillac, like a big tuna boat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, and then I go. Once I get close enough to the house, I could see the side of the car, and the door that I was trying to get into was smashed all the way into the middle of the seat, in the back seat. So she had taken that turn so fast in the dirt road, and she was just punching it, doing like 90. Probably not 90, but, for desert roads fast, and spun out and hit a telephone pole, and then that telephone pole smashed in the seat that I would have been in. So if I would have gotten in the car, if she wouldn't have taken off on me, then I would have been dead. So
Fuck.
it was just constant like that. There was always something going on. So there was just it was just stress. I hated my life. So that was it.
And so you go on, you become a Green Beret. Do you eventually get out of that mindset and that mode of that got you kicked out of the fire department and all that shit?
So yeah, the military kind of forced that onto me. So I was fighting in boot camp. I remember walking through. So to get to our classroom in boot camp, you had to go through the barracks of another company, and that company had all their mats set out so they could do combatives training. And I was walking through,
Like in the middle in the kill zone and shit?
yeah.
Yeah.
And so they had all the bunks to the left and then the mats. So there was no room. So I was like, I stepped on their mat on accident, and they were like, "Hey, motherfucker, don't you step on our mats." And like we were talking about earlier, where I come from, if you call someone out like that, you have to follow up on that. You can't let that go. You just challenge me. If I walk away from this, you're going to start punking me. So I was like, fuck you, dude. And he's like, stay off her fucking mats or beat your ass. So I was like, listen, I don't know what else to do besides escalate this. So
Was that your exact words?
no, I didn't say anything.
Oh, that would have been great.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know what else to do but to escalate this.
Yeah,
so fuck you too.
Well-
That sounds like something that Khabib would say in the middle of a fight.
Yeah.
He's the only fighter I've ever seen that shit talks a guy while he's fighting him.
Yeah.
I've never seen that before. Anyways, continues.
and it's so serious and scary. Cause
he's like, sorry, man, I've got to fuck you up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are you talking? Stop hitting
like
me.
300, dude. Like, this will not be over quickly. So I just hawked a loogie and spit it on their mat. And that's all I could think to do to escalate it.
That'll do it.
How many people jumped you?
3.
I knew it wasn't just going to be one.
No, so three ended up getting after me, and we went to the ground and going after it. And then my drill sergeant ripped us apart. Luckily, it was my drill sergeant, not theirs, because if it was their company, I would have been kicked out of the military. But since it was mine, I think he realized, like, this gets a little fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, but I'm going to help him out. So he pulls me aside and goes, dude, what the fuck? And I was like, sorry. And he's like, what happened? I was like, I stepped on their mat. They told me not to do it. So I spit on their mat. So we fought. And he's like, you're a fucking idiot. and then right at that moment, I expect to get kicked out. And then he starts yelling at them, don't fucking touch my soldier ever again, motherfucker. And I was like, oh shit, this dude's sticking up for me. And then he looks at me and goes, get your shit together, dude. And I was like, oh, fuck, all right. And so from that point of him having my back and showing me, like, I'm going to break my own rules to, like, help you out because I see something in you, I started to get my shit in line. And that's when I started to try the rules and kind of try to fit in and do the right thing. And it's been, in all honesty, it's been a battle, up from that point until now. I always want to natural processes deviate back to who I was. And then, through self-education and understanding how, people should interact and positive behaviors and learned behaviors, I've taught myself a better way to go about it. But, oh, man, to think that you're ever away from that is wrong. There's always going to be that person in you that just wants to deviate back because it's always easier to say, if you make me mad, I could defend myself, quote unquote, and punch you in the face and fight you and run my car into you and go off the handle. That's an easier reaction than I need to calm down. I am out of line. That person may have had something going on. Maybe I misread the situation. The right thing is just so much harder than deviating to the wrong thing. Is just this easy route,
Yeah.
So,
Is your mom still alive?
Yeah.
When you found out you were going to be Green Beret and all that stuff, did you call her? Were you guys still in touch during that?
I haven't talked to her in probably 15 years. And the last I heard is she wants to sue me because of the book.
Oh, because of the way she was portrayed in the book?
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep. So that's what she does now. She goes online and threatens me and, talks trash. And I still don't talk to her. I haven't talked to her in like 15 years. But, she's a victim mentality type of person. So she's always looking to take. My grandfather was successful. So she took. And then now that he's passed away, she just looks for whoever else to take from. So now I'm on her radar because of the things I do now. So she thinks I'm, a resource for her to take from. So All I know is that, I've been hit up multiple times from podcasts like, hey, man, I got this person, like, blowing up our tech, like, saying all these things, like, what do you want us to do? And I'm like, you do whatever you want to do, but I told you my story. I don't know why you would expect anything other than that.
Well, we have a surprise for you today. Delco, patch in his mom and put her on. We got her right now. Go. What would she say right now?
That would be hilarious. You guys have no idea what you would get from that. And I would just sit here and laugh. I would crack open a bottle of whiskey and be like, go.
Why? Is it just crazy town?
Yeah, I think now it's just, like, I got messages on my inbox, and because I don't check Facebook, I don't do Twitter. I should, but I don't do Facebook as much. It just uploads automatically from Instagram.
Yeah.
And so I went on my Facebook, and my wife was like, dude, check this out. And my mom was arguing with the automatic response. The automatic response was like, sorry, guys, I don't use this very often. It was like, if you could hit me up on Instagram, that'd be great. And my mom was like, don't you fucking talk to me like that. I'm your mother. And then it went on for like pages. I'm reading through it, and then it kept with the automatic response. And she's yelling at the automatic response, like, how the fuck don't you fucking talk to me? Like, the same thing over and over. You owe me. And I'm like, she's arguing with this. And I was like, this is crazy.
It kind of reminds me of Zoolander, where they're like, the files are inside the computer.
Yeah.
Smashing on the computer.
She's still to this day, a very, very negative influence on my life that I just choose not to have.
Gotcha. And YouTube. You have your own YouTube channel.
Yeah.
What made you want to start that?
So I was from the military. I went police department. And then I got on a small team in the police department. I was having a blast. And then George Floyd happened. I'll never forget sitting in the team room with, it was a small team. It was 5 people. And we're a citywide impact team. So our job was to go around. So instead of having, the city sectioned off and be like, oh, this is your guys' sector. This is your guys' sector. You have to stay in that sector. We were the first team to get full citywide access. So anywhere that there's bad, drugs, guns, crime, you guys can go there and try to do your best to squash it. So we're like, oh, this is going to be fucking awesome. And it was. And then all of a sudden we're sitting there and we're like, the sergeant was like, hey, did you guys see the news? And we're like, no. We're like, check this out. And they showed the Floyd thing. We're like, oh my God, dude. Our whole fucking team put our heads in our hands. We knew instantly we were fucked. We're like, this is so bad. Why the fuck would that guy do that? Like, why? We were pissed. And we knew. We didn't know it would be that bad.
Right.
But we knew he fucked up, and we were going to pay the price.
And where was your police at?
Denver.
Denver, okay.
Yeah.
So you knew even in Denver.
Oh, 100%.
That
100%.
This fucking thing in Minneapolis was going to affect what happened in Denver.
Oh yeah. We had no idea it would get that bad. But either way, we knew it was fucking bullshit what he did, and that we're like essentially rookie cops. Like, I've only been a cop for a couple years.
Yeah. I
shouldn't have been even on that team because I got promoted fast. Probably because of my SF experience.
Yeah.
But guys on the team, 4 or 5 years on the department, and like we're rookie cops essentially, and we're looking at each other like this is fucked. Like we got, we knew.
Yeah.
We're all looking at each other like this is not right. This guy's fucked up, but we didn't know. We knew it was bad, but we didn't know how it was going to play out, and it would play out far, far worse than we could imagine. Before we knew it, we're downtown Denver for 16-hour shifts, getting Molotov cocktails thrown at us, getting rocks thrown at us, bricks. I watched officers get their ankles broken. I almost got hit by a car. I watched a SWAT team almost get run over by a car that hit 2 cars and then jumped on the sidewalk to run over 5 SWAT team members. I almost shot him in the face because it was like, dude, I have to put you out because you're about to kill 5 fucking of our police officers. I can't let you do that. So I pointed my gun in his face and then just as he looked at me, he took his car, which was 2 flat tires and ran, dented up from hitting 2 cars already, jumped it back onto the street, and then got in a looting with the helicopter. And then finally the car broke down and they arrested him. But it was like I had 2 fellow officers get hit by cars, going to the hospital. I think one broke his femur. Like we were getting annihilated. We were getting fucked. I remember one point I had a pepper ball gun, and there was 3 of us. So the problem was we were so confused about what was going on. So our team was so small, we would just jump on with gang unit. We would jump on with these guys, and we would go to wherever there was shit going on. So I remember like 4 of us were all of a sudden dropped off, and there was just crowds, probably like 150 people, and they're throwing rocks at us. We're like, fuck. So we have pepper ball guns. So we shoot pepper balls at the floor. The pepper balls are spread enough powder that it backs them up, right? So they get close, shoot pepper balls, backs them up. Well, we had been there so long, and SWAT was tied up, that we ran out of pepper balls. So now they come closer, and we're stuck. Then they come closer. Now all of a sudden the rocks go from hitting in front of us to now we're dodging the rocks, and there's like rocks coming everywhere. Poof, poof, poof. Bricks are starting to fly in. And the only thing I could think of is like once they get close enough to us, one of them is going to charge. That's all it takes. And the minute that one charges, we're getting stomped to our fucking into our brains into the ground. We're dead.
Yeah.
We're fucking dead. These guys are about to murder us. And so they kept getting closer and closer, and suddenly we're getting hit by rocks. And then right as I could see it in their fucking eyes, I could see them like juking, like the guys in the front are waiting to go. Thank God, SWAT pulls up, and instantly they start dropping the gas canisters.
Yeah.
So they saved our lives, because we were probably within 30 seconds to a minute of being stomped into the ground and killed.
So everything you're describing about this protest sounds like it was fiery, but mostly peaceful.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So that's the thing is so this is what they would do. So when people talk about peaceful protests, this is what we were experiencing. All day long, there was peaceful protests. But during those peaceful protests, you're seeing piles of rocks pile up. You're seeing stacks of bricks pile up. So the guys that were involved in the non-peaceful protests, the anarchy, they're filling their backpacks full of the rocks and the bricks and the ammunition. We were getting people with bats with nails sticking out of them. We're getting people with large Bowie knives. We're getting guns like crazy. So to think that those peaceful protests weren't armed to the gills, you're out of your mind. And all they were doing is during the day is prepping for the nighttime battles. So all day long, they're taking piles of rocks and stacking them. So you would start just seeing huge piles of rocks, huge piles of bricks all over the city. And then the minute they knew that their disguise was to hide behind the peaceful protests. So then the minute the sun went down, the minute the curfew happened, that was their time to gang up. Because what are we going to do? We can't do anything.
Yeah, and the other thing that's strange about this is you didn't hear much coming out of Denver. But I'm assuming it was in every single city that there's no way you could possibly cover all these cities. Like there was no coverage from Denver. We're in Los Angeles and Austin and all kinds of shit. Like I didn't see anything happen from Denver.
Oh, and it was going nuts.
Really?
It was going nuts. And my teammate, so he was getting on RDV, a rapid deployment vehicle. This is what we were getting hit on. So it's just a truck with a platform on the outside, so you could stand, hold on, and they drive to a location you could jump off. So that's what the cars were able to run into us with, because we're standing on the outside of these trucks. So we're getting hit with rocks, like pelted with rocks and like big ass boulders while we were sitting on the side of these trucks. So my buddy gets on, and my teammate, we get on and we're just being pelted with rocks. He jumps on and he sees a bunch of rocks coming from over the hill. So he starts hitting them with the pepper ball, one-handed on a moving vehicle. One of those pepper balls hits a cell phone, a guy that's holding a cell phone recording, and it hits the cell phone out of his hand. But the video looked amazing. It looked like he just like sniped him. Bow.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh. So instantly he's under he's got a lawsuit going, like they're trying to come after him with this huge lawsuit, and then all of a sudden the chief is like, we need to investigate this. And it's like everyone's against them. The public's against them, the police department is against them, the chief himself is coming at him. And that was the moment I was like, fuck this. If you guys aren't going to have our backs after what you're asking us to do, I'm fucking out of here. I'm not risking my life so you can come sell me out the minute that you don't like the way the footage looks. Because I want to see you go stand on a moving vehicle, one-handed shoot a pepper ball that is determined, its trajectory is determined by the amount of air that it has in the canister, and then shoot someone's cell phone out of his hand at 25 meters away. There's no fucking way. I'm a Green Beret. I'm a pretty damn good shot. You're not making that shot twice in your fucking life. And you're going to say that this guy did it on purpose without ever once going up to him and say, hey, man, what happened? Because he would have told you right then and there, sir, I know exactly what you're talking about. I was shooting way over. the crowd, there was rocks coming, and that pepper ball was running out of juice and fucking arced down. And if you look at that, slow-mo that thing down, you could see that pepper ball arcing. Not a straight shot like I'm some kind of sniper shooting it out of his hand. So it was just moments like that we realized that the department didn't have our backs. As a matter of fact, they would be happy to sell out a cop to save their own ass on media, for the media. And that was the moment I was like, nope, I'm not going to be their scapegoat.
Yeah, and I'm looking at your subscribers here on your YouTube channel. You have 95,000 subscribers, and you seem relatively new. So did you start that after getting out of the police? Yeah,
so we started the YouTube channel. I started the YouTube channel right after I got out of the police. So the YouTube channel's been up for like a year and 3 months.
You have more subscribers than us, by the way.
But you guys, that's not comparable because you guys are a podcast, and every podcast typically has lower subscriber counts because you're not putting content out where they're like being entertained and being like, oh, look at them do this, and then that's clickbaity, you know. If you guys have anywhere close to 100,000 subscribers as a podcast, you're fucking crushing it.
We used to have a girl who did the weather named Topless Stacy, and
That would
didn't
get
do
100.
it. No, that didn't do it.
They didn't want to see Topless Stacy? They're afraid to click on it because it would show up in their browser. And
I guess. I mean, obviously she was covered up.
I'll do a Bottomless Bob segment if that'll help.
Yeah, we need something to spice it up then, I guess.
Podcasts can't count YouTube subscribers because listen, like people, when do you listen to podcasts? Driving in your fucking car, working out, you know.
Yeah.
So if you have, to me, the spectrum of a kick-ass podcast is anywhere from 60,000 to 100,000. Like, and if you have over 100 plus, like, and think about this: is your guys's. Sorry, I nerd out on you.
No. We're impressed by your subscriber. I mean, shit.
But Jocko's podcast has 1-something million, right? 1-point-something million. You guys have similar videos with similar view counts as Jocko. So it's like, it all depends on what people are clicking on to watch on video. But I mean,
or who's been on Joe Rogan.
Right. Yeah. Well, and then Andy's at 90. Andy just hit 90, but his fucking, the podcast that me and him did is at like 380,000 views. I have like maybe a handful of videos that hit that many views, and you're doing it on a fucking 2 people sitting down talking. Yeah. That's fucking nuts.
Yeah, it's crazy. So yours is FNG Academy. Tell everybody what that stands for.
So fucking New Guy Academy.
Yeah.
So our whole thing was, we saw a void in people going to special operations. I think the police department probably gave me a better appreciation for my military career. And, it grew that love for the special operations community. And I was like, you know what? I wish I had somebody that helped me get selected and get picked up. So our thing was, how do we give back to the special operations community? Let's get fucking dudes and now chicks selected at such, like, in the process, so they could not only select higher quality people, but they could be more selective and they don't have to cut standards. Because every time my friend hits me up in special operations, it seems like their news is that they're cutting standards. Oh, they shorten this, they shorten that. It's like, fuck that, man. Like, they shouldn't have to shorten anything.
Yeah, there's a big thing going on in AFSOC right now with this female lieutenant she's quit like 3 separate times and she's still in the pipeline right now. The only thing that matters from selection is that you don't quit.
Yep.
That's literally the only thing that matters. The whole thing, the reason that it sucks is just to see if you're going to quit on your team in the field.
Yes, sir.
That's it. Everything else, you can train any dummy to shoot, to be honest.
100%. Because, a skill like that, a shooting skill is just doing it over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
Repetition. You're going to get better at it. Like, I'm phenomenal at beating off. I've done it so long.
Yep. You're okay at it. Like, every time I've watched you from outside of where you live, like, I'm just like,
they keep pulling the videos down from YouTube.
Yeah.
He didn't skip a beat, dude. He said, you're okay at it.
You're okay at it. Let's not say you're phenomenal.
He's kind of a connoisseur.
He's like, I'm on your OnlyFans, and I've seen you do it, and it's mediocre at best.
Exactly. Okay. I'd like you to improve your knowledge of HBCUs. That's historically black colleges and universities.
Okay, there you go. I was
and then obviously Cuba Gooding Jr. movies. Like, you need to sit down and really go through the catalog. Start with radio and then work your way down.
I'm so upset at myself because I've been so mad at Cuba for this. So, like, since I found out that the first guy from Captain America,
Iron Man.
Thank you.
Oh boy.
since the first guy from Iron Man like didn't sign up to do the next one.
I think
was
you,
like,
you,
what
owe,
the fuck?
you owe him an apology.
I think so
Cuba
too.
Gooding Jr.?
Yeah.
Bob, put up a
What
picture
language?
of
He had nothing to do with that.
no.
Okay.
Put up a picture of Cuba Gooding Jr. in Radio. In
Well-
case there's no way you've seen Radio, right?
Radio's dead, by the way.
Yeah,
Died-
the real
died
one.
last year.
Yeah, the real
COVID.
one.
I think it was COVID.
Have you seen the movie Radio? But type in Cuba Gooding Jr. Radio.
You know how many
his character?
He might listen, dude. Cuba Gooding Jr. You know how many Instagram followers he got? Not that that's a metrics. I know that's kind of a
How
bullshit
many?
petty metrics, but 200,000, like 200,000.
That's it?
That's it, dude. That's what
I
I'm
would have
saying.
said more for Cuba.
Right,
boy.
for me too.
There it is.
Is he going to get canceled for this?
Me or Cuba?
Cuba Gooding,
Cuba.
because you're not
He's
allowed
already
to,
canceled,
You're
dude.
not allowed to act like stuff anymore. You're only allowed to be what you are in front of a camera.
It's Tropic Thunder, so you can't go full retard, is what
Yeah.
they say in that movie. And this is what happened. So this is Cuba and Radio.
I've never seen
Start
Radio.
with this movie. Yeah, you will. Obviously, after today.
He was kind of like an unofficial mascot for a South Carolina high school football team.
In
Yeah.
the movie?
Oh yeah. What's your Instagram?
Sean Buck Rogers.
Okay.
It's I Hate Cuba Gooding Jr.
So go to Sean Buck Rogers and just go to his Instagram.
getting
Whatever
nervous.
his last pictures are, just hashtag it Watch Radio.
Oh my god.
That way, and then you can come down and do a watch along with us of Radio.
Okay.
And then what you've learned and what you didn't learn from the movie. Okay.
And then what Cuba taught me. I feel like we could hit up Cuba right now and he'd probably answer back.
Yeah.
Have you done that? Have you ever just like hit
Oh
up?
yeah,
hit
we
up-
called Steven Seagal one time.
I called Steven Seagal live on air.
fucking
Yeah.
Steven Seagal.
Yeah,
son.
he answered.
I
Yeah.
think he's real. Did he?
He was not thrilled that we had called him.
He was
I'll say
pissed.
that,
He was
yeah.
pissed
He
off.
answered? Who
Yeah,
called
he
him?
answered.
Yeah, it
You
was
called
him.
him?
I called him.
Yeah.
You called him. And he
I have
answered.
his number. Yeah, he wanted to be he wanted to star in this movie I directed, and I never used the number other than to call him for that. And then
And you called him to fuck
we had
with
some,
him.
we had some guests on the show, and I was telling them the Steven Seagal story, and they were like, "Dude, we got this one story, whatever." And I was like, I have his fucking number, and we just called him live on air, and he answered, and it was everything you hope for. Hello.
Hello.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it was the whole.
Dude, if you should have
the whole
been like,
experience.
remember that job that you were talking about? Yeah.
Instead,
we decided to pass, but I wanted to talk to you about this.
I panicked because I was like, I didn't expect him to answer.
They called your bluff.
He did, yeah. He picked that motherfucker
Steven
up.
Seagal is like sitting at his house right now, hovering over his phone, waiting for somebody to fucking call.
Yeah.
Like he's not getting a lot of phone calls. It's
been a while.
Yeah.
Because Joe Rogan just smashed him, dude, which I think was not right, man. I think
Yeah.
that was unreasonable.
Yeah.
I think that Steven Seagal has a place in the martial art community and that he probably is super legit. And it's just,
Well, does Joe
haters.
Rogan make fun of Jackie Chan and Jet Li because they're just as much martial artists as he is? It's all fucking dancing. He does a keto.
Yeah,
it's nonsense,
which is
right?
Yeah, because you take the pinky. The keto's about the pinky.
Yeah, it's
and then
mostly-
you got to do teacup and then twist.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
all.
It's
keto.
mostly the pinky, yeah.
teacup, twist. But you know who does that? Is there's a movie with it's serious kung fu. It's got a panda in it.
Oh, Jack Black.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Jack Black.
And he
Kung
does
Fu
that.
Panda.
He grabs the pinky and he does the twist.
Yeah.
That's a keto.
Yeah, that was a
That's-
documentary.
Yeah.
Actually, that was
probably
to be
about
honest.
Steven Seagal.
If you did a documentary about Steven Seagal, a fat panda with a white
Yeah.
dude's voice is probably who plays
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
I think
Makes
I think
sense.
that was about his life because
Yeah.
he just if you saw it once he got the squidoosh, then he just I have kids by the way that's why I'm like I know more about Kung Fu Panda than Cuba Gooding Jr. But he just grabs the pinky and twists, and I was like, dude, I've seen the Steven Seagal like clips,
Yeah.
and that's exactly, dude, you just fucking. But if you know how to control their chi, then you can get it. But that's the problem is most people don't have the chi. There's only a few out there.
I've been trying to use. You know what the fun exercise to do is try to use the force on people in public and see what happens. Nothing happens, but they will react to it. I promise you.
Will they really?
Yeah, it's really funny.
R.I.P. to Steven Seagal, by the way. He just passed away
No,
about an hour ago, it says.
did he really?
No. That'd be awesome, no.
that'd
We
be
like to
fine.
end the show on a
Call him
downer.
again.
Like,
Call him again. Call him again.
I don't know how he would still be alive. Honestly, every day he lives is an affront to God.
yeah.
Right? The way he's treated his body over the years. Look,
His body's a
he
machine.
and Donald Trump have the same body somehow.
It's a
like
machine.
It's indestructible.
The same hands, too. Their hands are similar.
No matter how many Diet
know why I
Cokes
do
and
that,
fucking
but-
cheeseburgers,
Yeah.
it's like they're gonna live forever.
Can we?
Robert Durst did die today, though, about
Yeah.
an hour ago.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
Oh wait, who's Robert Durst? I don't know.
Not
God
Fred
damn it,
Durst.
dude.
I
Not
was
the
thinking
guy.
Fred Durst. I was
Not the
thinking
guy
Limp
with the
Bizkit.
red hat.
We're not, yeah.
Sorry.
It's
I'm
not for
sorry,
the
guys.
nookie. Like, that would have been a fuck. We would have.
Yeah, get it for the cookie. The what?
This whole thing would have been a Limp Bizkit tribute episode. Obviously,
He's got a
not.
new. You know they've got a new album out.
Yeah.
It's like 5 songs. It's just like you turn it on and it's like, oh, it's 2000.
Can we start a support group for Steven Seagal though? Because let's bring Steven Seagal back. I think he should be in mainstream movies again. I think
a lot of people said he hasn't gone anywhere.
No,
Listen.
he's been doing like these karate exhibitions. Where,
I'm gonna go to that.
Yeah, it's like the Dust guy where he's doing fake karate in front of people and the crowd's like, oh.
Yeah, you in?
Yeah, dude. I'm
Okay.
saying that. I say we started. Well, at least me. I'm gonna start a Steven Seagal fan club, and from here on out, whenever I go on a podcast, I'm gonna rep Steven Seagal and say that he's underrated. You guys are wrong about him, and prove it.
I guarantee you, if you started a Steven Seagal fan club, you would be the president because there aren't any members right now.
You know what's
Dude,
weird?
I could finally be a president.
I just read an article maybe 3 days ago about Seagal. This is no lie.
Yeah.
And it was from his ex-wife. Do you remember Kelly LeBrock?
She's probably a liar, but what did she say?
No, I don't think so. Do you remember
what's
Kelly
she-
LeBrock?
No.
She was in Weird Science.
Okay.
She was the hot supermodel. You seem confused by this.
Yeah,
She was the lead of that. She was the lead girl in Weird Science. She was the girl they made.
The brunette.
Oh, there's
Curly
some
hair.
Steven Seagal.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, this is what he's doing now.
This is what he's doing now. So
Look how legit that is.
look
dude.
at the karate. We can't show this, can we? God
Why
damn it.
not? He's He's
That's
finger
RT.
flipping.
That's a Russian news site.
Is it really?
Yeah, RT is Russian.
Look at that. Look at the
Oh,
way
he
he's
just threw
throwing
that.
people
Dude,
around.
he did a backflip.
Yeah.
He made him do a backflip.
So his wife,
Okay.
his wife came out and said,
Look at his do-rag.
"It's
dude.
amazing. He's got a do rag on,
As long
and
as-
he's exhausted. Oh, look at that! It's the way he's throwing people around. This is all real.
The crazy thing is, when after he throws somebody, he's so slow, but the recovery.
tired.
It's like,
He's got to be in his 60s. But his
Wait,
wife,
what is
his
that?
wife just said he's a miserable person.
because everyone's fucking hating on him for no reason.
Yeah, look, he's having to fight two guys at once.
Yeah, he's
right
fighting
now.
two guys in the white, and look at it, he's flipping the fuck out of them.
Ooh, he just clotheslined that.
Yeah, why
this
is he not
nice.
staying down? He's
Man,
fighting
he looks like
cyborgs.
he looks like he's about to have a fucking stroke.
How old is Steven Seagal, Bob?
He's 71 years old.
Is he really?
I have no idea.
Bob, look it up. God damn it! Is your computer down?
It looks easier.
Our tech difficulties today, or Bob, your computer's not even working?
No, it is.
Oh, it is. Bob's just texting.
Yeah. 69.
I
69?
thought
He's
I knew he was
69
on
years
How do
old.
we fuck up 69 for Christ's
I don't
sakes?
know.
He's throwing
It's the greatest,
people around
that's the
like
greatest
they're.
age you could live at.
Kevin Walters, your buddy from the high desert, asked if you see any high desert in your kids, and that he sees it in his, and his wife doesn't understand.
Do I see high desert in my kids?
Yeah, are they
Like,
fucking
they have
people
some
up?
of that same attitude still.
I mean, I have two daughters. One is 10 and one is 8 months.
The 8-month-old is really fighting a lot.
Yeah.
That's weird.
She kicks a lot. But,
Yeah.
she's a little pain in the ass. but
Stabbed a couple people.
I don't know. I don't know if I see that in my kids, to be honest. I hope not. I think we're so far off that
Where do you
I
live?
was so far off. Now I'm in Texas.
Oh,
in
you're
Houston.
okay. Then
Yeah.
you're fine. You're away from all that bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, my community. Listen, I tried to get them as far away from that as possible. I mean, my fucking community has a lake in it, and
It's a good place to drown people.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I did a lot of things to distance her and have her in a good, solid life with a great foundation to never experience what I had to experience. So I hope that I don't see the desert in them. And I'm not knocking you if you see a desert in your kids. We probably thinking different things. Because I would take that as a negative thing.
Well, if you had little boys and they were little scrappers,
Right, that
probably
would be
a
different.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So he probably has sons.
Yeah.
I have girls, so I don't want to see that in them. But honestly, I'm starting to see a little bit of the opposite side where my kids are very spoiled and kind of a pain in the ass, and I have to teach them to.
Send them to the high desert for a while.
Yeah.
Dude, I need to.
Yeah, or
just-
send them to Steven Seagal and he'll fuck them up.
Either way,
I don't
Put them
want
in a gi.
Steven Seagal's probably a better dad than
Buzz,
Yeah,
I hate to say
dude.
it.
Busby,
But
that-
Steven Seagal is probably better in a lot of things.
it's funny you say that. Busby here in the chat says Steven Seagal is Andy Stump's biological father.
Could be.
no shit.
Yeah, could
We
be.
have no evidence. of
We
that,
have
but
no
I'm-
evidence.
I'm going to believe it. I'm going to
I do.
choose to believe that.
So I do a show with Andy. It's called Wine and Rations. We do MREs and drink whiskey and stuff. And Andy expressed some hatred for Steven Seagal that can only come from somebody that is
Get him on the show.
Yeah.
Let's get him on the show. There's
Steve-
no way you hate Steven Seagal.
right. Steven, call us.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Andy Stump hates Steven Seagal.
I will send you.
But he's misguided, and that's probably because there was some serious parental issues
Yeah.
with their upbringing.
yeah.
I'll give you Steven's number, and then you do whatever you want with it. Okay.
Give it to Andy.
Just
and have him call.
save it for when you're with Andy, and then you guys call, and then whatever happens.
If I can, I don't think that. How could Andy not have Steven Seagal on his podcast?
Well,
how could you guys not have Steven Seagal on his? Have you asked him? Well, you probably fucked
did.
it up
I
with
asked
the
him.
call.
I asked
Yeah,
him.
we,
What'd he
we
say?
had roasted so hard.
He
He's
said
not
no.
doing that.
He said
Why?
no. He doesn't
Why?
do it.
What else does he
He
have
doesn't do
going on?
anything. So here's a true fucking story.
Yeah, when's the last
Okay.
time he did any press?
Wait,
Yeah.
yes. So here's a true
What
fucking
better do you have
story.
to do, Steve?
His agent said overseas, the reason why he wanted to do Range 15 was because it was military and he supports veterans and everything else, right? But his agent was just
Yeah,
like, look,
bullshit.
he doesn't fucking do anything for
Okay.
under $500,000.
Get the fuck out of here. So he doesn't do anything at all.
No, he's doing all these fucking crazy movies in China.
Yeah.
So they shoot him out first. There's somebody did a whole YouTube series on it. You can look it up, of how you shoot a Steven Seagal movie today, and you have to shoot all of his singles first. And most of it, he's sitting down, and they have to CGI out the chair and shit because he doesn't want to stand up.
What the fuck?
Oh, dude, it's a whole fucking thing. So all of his movies are overseas. It's all these overseas action movies. And even when I called him, when they had first reached out for Range 15, he was shooting in China. So we had to figure out a time where I could talk to him in China because he was on set.
Yeah.
And I was like, how long is he on set for? And they're like, 6 months. Like, are you
fuck
fucking
is he
serious?
shooting for 6
Wait, yeah,
months?
there's
all-
no movie should take 6 months.
It's all like action, crazy fucking bullshit. And I'm like, and he's just getting like an obscene amount of money. So they were like, and I asked this agent just out of curiosity at this point, I was like, is there anybody else that you have that's like that? And then it was like, yeah, man. He was like, dude, Van Damme is like that as well. Like to book out Van Damme is a crazy absurd amount of money because of how huge he is overseas. And then Dolph Lundgren was the other one. And I was like, what?
I would pay for Dolph Lundgren though. He's legit.
You're ruining these people that, like, honestly, at our level, we think we could just call him.
No, you can't.
Hey, man, you want to grab a beer? Because I know you haven't done shit in like fucking 10 years.
Look at the overseas. What were you going to say, Bob?
Like a couple things about Steven Seagal and why he might not be a viable talent anymore. Apparently, he had that law show.
Yeah, he was a sheriff or some shit.
Yeah,
but not really.
right, not really.
But kind of.
It was the way. It was like how Steve Harvey's a fucking judge now. He's not. He's not a judge.
During a segment for that show on a raid that Seagal was on or something like that, the cops were trying to break up a cockfighting ring and shot an 11-month-old puppy.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Whoopsie.
shit.
Boy.
So that wasn't great.
What race was
That's
the puppy
bad
though?
press.
Yeah, what race was the puppy?
Well,
was
its owner was named Jesus, so
Chihuahua.
I don't know if that's
No.
I don't know if that works or not. And then in 2017, I didn't even know he was still really like making movies at this point.
Yeah.
But he was working during he was having Portia de Rossi audition.
Is it before or after she fucked her face up?
2017 so sounds after.
Yeah.
But either way, I don't think he knew who this woman was beyond being a blonde woman.
Yep.
Because she alleges that he said that they needed to have chemistry off screen to have chemistry on screen, and then whipped his dick out.
Which is true.
No
Yeah.
shit.
That's
he did
true,
that?
though. You
No,
have to
he
do that.
didn't.
Everybody knows you have
No,
to do
he
that.
didn't.
You've got to have chemistry with your full dick and
Now,
balls out.
Portia de Rossi was married to Ellen for like 30
Is-
years.
They still is. They
Still
still
married.
Or
are.
has been, yeah.
No, he didn't.
Forever.
Yeah.
Where are you getting that from? Is that true? Steven
I don't think
Seagal.
Portia de Rossi would lie. She's a bitch.
I don't know why Portia de Rossi. There's no gain for Portia de Rossi to say in 2017,
Okay,
Steven Seagal showed me his penis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Okay,
not,
listen.
it's not like
Have you guys seen the movie Porky's? Remember Porky's? When she's like, I recognize that dick anywhere. And he put his dick in the hole?
Yeah.
Remember when, because it was in the women's locker
yeah,
room?
yeah.
And then he whipped it out and she was like looking at all the dicks in a row to see which one matched?
Yeah.
So did his dick have any identifiable features? Do you know, like a mole
Well,
or anything like
No,
that?
it had all Asian writing on it.
yeah.
Yeah.
You had to decipher what peace, love, and
Because that's
harmony
how you,
means.
If you had chemistry, you would know what that meant.
That's Steven Seagal.
But how are you going to get it to the full extent where you could read all of the writing on it?
So his whole sack was in like a scroll.
Okay.
Like an ancient Egyptian scroll.
I can't
where
imagine-
you
Unroll it
you
like this.
unrolled it and then
Yeah.
you could read everything in Chinese.
But he's probably
Okay.
not getting hard, right? You have to batwing that motherfucker to read it.
Well, if the writing's on his dick, how are you going to read it if he's not hard?
It was droopy skin. You just batwing it.
so
Batwing the penis.
I'm gonna read you off. Here's his IMDb. Okay.
Okay.
2 movies in 2019, Beyond the Law, General Commander. Most of Hollywood shut down during the
General
pandemic.
Commander is 2 ranks from 2 separate branches of the military.
Goddamn right it is. Goddamn, you need 2. Yeah. When you're both, Dan,
Psychological thriller.
you know it's good.
What a twist.
Jesus Christ.
Attrition was in 2018. 2017, it was just called China Salesman. That was the name of the movie.
Wow.
So
That sounds racist as fuck for
Yeah.
a star.
He's selling Chinese people across the country.
or selling the country of China.
Maybe.
But here's the thing: is the Chinese, like, if you're a fan of Steven Seagal, you need to stop because you're ruining it for everyday guys like us to manipulate his career and have fun with him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sure,
so
yeah.
in 2016,
You're fucking it up.
here's-
It's normal.
here, let me blow your mind here. In 2016, which is only 5 years ago at this point,
Yeah.
right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 movies he started.
Get the fuck out of here.
Okay, so Code of Honor, The Asian Connection,
Wow.
The Perfect Weapon, End of a Gun. Do you see a theme?
Yeah.
With The Perfect Weapon was already a movie with Jeff,
Pistol Pointed,
Jeff
I think.
Speakman in like 1989 or some shit.
Remake.
I could name
Speaking-
these movies. Ready? Pistol Pointed, Trigger Pull.
Yeah.
The hand of a gun. Bullets
Cartels.
forward.
Cartels.
Yeah.
And Contract to Kill.
There we
was
go.
the
See,
other
I was along
movies,
lines.
so-
I just gave him his next 3 titles.
I'm pretty
So-
sure that China is using an AI bot to write these scripts. Like, I'm for real. I'm serious. I think they are to some degree.
I wonder is there any way to look up if these films are doing, like, making any money?
It's
No,
all
Chi-
overseas.
China doesn't report that
They
shit.
don't report it. Yeah.
No.
They have to report the U.S. movies
Yeah. Okay.
that are made there, but their own, it's under a whole different system. I want to see if they have them on the Apple box, though.
Well, it's a
because-
bummer that somebody's paying him because they're hyping up his position. So
I mean, here's what I think we do. I think because there's still some amount of ego involved. I think we set up a fake martial art exhibition thing and just beat the shit out of him.
But that's the thing.
Right.
He's not going to show up unless he thinks he won, or is he going to win?
Yeah.
Yeah, have you ever lied before? I'm pretty good at it. We can lie to get him there, and he's 69. We'll beat the shit out of him. What's he gonna do?
That's true.
Yeah.
I'll help you fuck up.
Well,
Steve,
I'll
so-
dress up in geese, be like, look, dude, we know the deal. Just fucking do your shit, and we'll
Yeah.
fall down.
As soon as he touches your pinky, just punch him in
Yeah,
the face.
just fucking rock him right in his gonads, man.
I figured out what happened in
Punch his old dick
2018
right out of his
on.
body.
Grab his fucking bat wing and just.
Yeah, just- Well,
Yeah.
I don't know about jerking him off, although you do seem to
Well,
have
I
some
pulled,
sort of prowess.
I pulled and twisted.
You're
That wasn't
phenomenal
too
at it,
crazy.
according
Thank
to you. And
know.
again, you're just okay.
Hey, someone's got to keep him there.
I forgot-
So you guys
so
can beat him up.
here's what
I'm just trying to
happened.
keep him pinned. So
So
guys
you're
can
gonna
get him-
jack off Steven Seagal
Yeah.
while we fight him.
Yes.
I think
Okay.
you're adding. That's a
Team?
solution to a problem.
Ready,
No.
team?
That's
we
called a
bumping in on
honeypot.
this?
That is a solution to a problem that did not exist.
Don't
my
leave me
man.
hanging. Are
No,
we bumping
we
in
didn't-
this?
no, we're
Yeah,
not bumping
I'm
on
fine.
this.
Okay,
You can
all right,
jack
thanks.
off.
So we
Steven
got one.
Seagal.
All
I
right,
support
all
it.
right.
I'll let you jack him off. I don't
Okay.
want to fight him. That's a guy that's on a different planet.
You
I
can
took
also
the
jack
worst
him off
job
fighting
for
wise.
you guys. I jumped on the grenade and took the worst job of jerking him off to keep him there, so you guys could
We'll
beat
get
his
you
ass.
that-
You were the one who said you wanted to jack him
Yeah,
off.
that's true. You did.
I
say
didn't
that.
want to jack him off.
Steven Seagal
I
in
just will if I
2018,
had
by the
to.
way, was appointed a special representative for the Russian government to promote Russian-American humanitarian ties. So that's where he was.
What does that mean?
Is that like? Are they referring to all the fucking former Soviet countries we saved from communism?
Yeah.
Or what? What are they referring to?
What
there?
he's saying is he's a face for Russia, but he also because he's improving American relationships. So that's
Well,
nice.
look, Dennis.
It was a
Rod-
nice thing. Steve
Dennis
did.
Dennis
down.
Rodman saved us from nuclear war with North Korea.
North,
so
North Korea, yeah. Dennis Rodman.
Why not Steven Seagal?
Why not?
Diplomatic hero.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan's up next.
Says he's a longtime supporter of Putin. Steven Seagal. This is a quote from Variety. This isn't like a shitty magazine.
Dude, Steven Seagal's going to make a full circle. I'm starting to get the feeling that he's going to be the most interesting man alive. By the
might
time
be,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it might be.
I have a fun fact about him.
do you got?
Here we go.
While shooting the film Out for Justice, he said that he was immune to being choked unconscious because of all his karate training, Aikido training, and the stunt guy, the main stunt guy, what's his name?
Gene LaBelle.
Gene LaBelle
Yes, sir.
was like,
You know him?
Yep.
he was like, yeah, no, I think I could probably do it to you.
And he's,
And he did, and Seagal shit his pants.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So Gene.
Physically shit his pants?
Yes.
Yes.
No, spiritually.
Yeah.
What the fuck? What do you mean physically?
Yeah, you caught on that. Thank you.
There's a lot of times where I'm like, oh man, I'm going to shit my pants if this goes wrong. And I don't end up shitting my pants. To physically do it and do the act.
Well, he's old, right? And when you
69.
lose consciousness,
not at
you
the
do-
time.
This was in
right?
like 91.
Yeah, this is a long time ago. So here's the thing. This is real deal. So Gene LaBelle is a no fucking joke martial artist. So Gene LaBelle owns a school with Gokar Shavichian.
Is he the guy that Brad Pitt's character in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is based on? Probably not.
Stuntman.
not.
Yeah, he's probably too old.
He's never seen one movie. We've established that in this
I
conversation.
don't watch anything.
Yeah, nothing. But you know about the stunt guy.
I saw Don't Look Up.
Okay.
That was pretty good.
Who was the lead in that?
Good question. Dan?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Jesus,
you.
man.
Jennifer
that guy.
Lawrence.
DiCaprio.
Oh, that being said,
Streep.
Leonardo DiCaprio, didn't he have to talk about fall from grace, dude? When you're leading women's like the average fucking 40-year-old like mom, soccer mom, you used to bang the hottest bitches on the planet in these movies.
Are you talking about Don't Look Up?
What's that?
He was fucking Kate Blanchett in that movie. The hot ass
No,
reporter.
sir.
I can't even have this
His wife,
conversation
dude.
with you. No.
Yeah, his
No,
wife
I know.
was kind of
His wife-
dumpy. Yeah.
His
No.
wife was dumpy, dude.
Yeah.
And then like,
And
he
what did
used to-
they do in the movie?
He used to
They
be.
had him cheat on her.
I know that sucks, and I felt bad for her. You shouldn't cheat. Fuck that hot chick. It's your wife, dude.
It's
You're down to
DiCaprio,
ride.
bro.
Yeah, they
It's
shoulda had-
DiCaprio.
Yeah, it's
shoulda
fat
had-
DiCaprio, which is way less than good-looking DiCaprio. Isn't it fucking...
He's playing a character.
what's the ship one? Titanic.
Oh my god, dude.
You mean the highest grossing film of all time?
Yeah,
what's that one?
Buck, we
Until, like,
got
4 years
until
ago?
Avatar. Buck, this is the point of the show. We get to the Drinkin' Bro of the week, which is someone who has inspired you, helped you become the person you are today. It's not going to be an actor of color. We know that.
Wow, dude.
So who-
Don't say shit like
Or
that.
the
Who's it
inside
gonna
the
be?
actor studio guy. Probably
Yeah.
not him either.
No, he's dead.
Yeah.
Who would you like to give the Drinkin' Bro of the week to?
The person that inspired you, you could have prepped me for this so I could have had a name.
It's on every show. We've done almost 1,000 of these. Buck. This is actually 961.
He doesn't even watch movies. You think he watches
No,
fucking
not a
podcasts
fucking
on YouTube?
prayer.
No.
No.
I'm going to suck on this mic.
Well,
So, say
off.
that again.
Someone who has inspired you or helped you become the person you are today. You can't say Gene LaBelle. Okay?
no names that we've mentioned in the last 5 minutes.
Oh, no names?
Well, no.
Steven Seagal.
If that's what you want.
You can say Steven Seagal.
Yeah.
Listen, Steven. I will make you great again.
Can we
in
play
the
some
US.
inspirational music behind this in post?
What
Steven-
do we have anything queued up for? We've got applause and shit like that. Is there Oh yeah, there we go.
Steven Seagal is one of the greatest martial artists of our time.
Yeah.
Everyone about him, including Joe Rogan, has been wrong about everything they've ever said. Hakita?
You bet. All of it.
Akitas is
Yeah.
a real martial art, and grabbing the pinky and flipping somebody is a real thing.
Yeah.
We are bringing Steven Seagal back to the United States. This was sponsored by Sean Buck Rogers. You're welcome. Steven Seagal, I'm out.
Yep.
We'll see you on the next one. I'm
We're
going to call
leaving
you.
it.
Make sure you answer the phone.
The fact checkers are coming after us now.
Yeah,
It wasn't all the other shit. It's this that's going to get us off the air finally.
We're
Jesus
we're
Christ.
leaving that as it is. Join us on Drinkin' Bros Sports YouTube page. We're going to do a live watch tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern for the Alabama-Georgia game and having some drinks, having some barbecue. We'll have a full house here tonight. Sean, it was a pleasure.
Dude, that was so fun, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here. Tell everybody where they can find you and your YouTube channel.
Yeah, so Sean Buck Rogers on the Instagram, so you guys can call me weird names that you've been inspired to do. during
Hashtag
this
watch
podcast.
radio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And YouTube is the FNG Academy for all you future special operations hopefuls. We got your back. We're starting a mentorship program that's going to be launching here pretty soon, so we're going to help you guys at a much higher rate than anybody else. So we'll help you get into that special operations community. That's it.
Awesome. For D'Anthony Holloway, Sean Buck Rogers, I'm Ross Patterson. This is the Drinkin' Bros podcast.